Hi, my name is Kelly Ross, and I am your host at Take 5 Tax Tips with Kelly. In this video, we're going to talk about the various HST methods. This is one of the questions that comes up often, and sometimes it doesn't, and it really should, because it could save you a lot of money. So, should you register for HST? Well, we've already addressed that in our other video, so please refer to that as whether or not you need to register and what those requirements are. But now when it comes to what type of method you want to report under, by default everybody is under the regular method. And what this is basically all of the income that you are receiving, you're going to be charging HST on, and you need to be making sure on your invoices and also on any contracts you're signing, you are identifying what your HST number is. So you're collecting in all of those HST amounts ready to give the government. However, you don't necessarily need to give them all of it, because you are also spending money that has HST on it. So you're going to be able to offset the HST that you collected with the HST you paid out on all of those business expenses you had. And what you will do is then come up with an amount of the HST collected minus the HST paid, and then that is the amount that you're going to remit to the CRA in the year. Now, these are very detailed calculations. The HST department over at CRA, if they ever audit you, will want to see the specific receipts that are showing the HST amount on them and an HST number identified on the receipts. So you want to make sure that you're having these anytime that you are doing any of these calculations, and also not assuming that there's HST in everything, because there may not be in some of these things that you are doing, because maybe you are working with somebody who's then charging you for something and they're under the 30,000 threshold and haven't registered for HST. So you just want to be sure for that. Another method that you might want to use is called the quick method. And what this is a calculation based on your income only for HST that you remit. And it's not the full amount that you're collecting, but rather a percentage of your income. So if you take your income that you have received and you multiply it, usually by the percentage of 8.8%, although there is other ones that you should verify on the CRA website in case you don't fall in that category. So you would take 8.8% times your income amount, and that's the amount you remit to CRA. Now you may say, 8.8%, hang on a second. I collected 13% because all of my income was in Ontario. So what happens to the rest of it? Well, you get to keep it. The company gets to keep the rest of it. But what if you are in a scenario where you have very high expenses and you might not have remitted as much of 8.8% after you took into account all of the HST you paid out? Well, if you've elected to be in the quick method filer, unfortunately you still have to remit the 8.8%. But it makes the calculation very simple and easy, really easy for people, especially if you have to remit on a quarterly basis or maybe even a monthly basis some people are on. Makes the calculation easy so you're always on time and you don't have to worry about your bookkeeping being up to date in order to remit. Now, if you do want to use this method, you have to make sure that you are doing it and electing with the CRA. So CRA has to approve that election, and they will tell you an effective date, and that's when you can use it. It's not something you can use to determine when you're going to file your tax returns, because this one works out a little better for you than the other method, and then you know what, next year I want to switch back. You can't go flopping back and forth, so it's very good to always look at your situation over a multitude of years and figure out which one is more tax effective for you. If ever you need some assistance with trying to figure out what that is, reach out to us here at Ross Professional Corporation, and one of us can definitely help you out. Thank you for joining me today at Take 5 Tax Tips with Kelly. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more information as it becomes available.